Okay, class, we're going to continue our discussion about market research. Let's do a quick review of what we went through last class. We went through a mock market research. We did it on the chocolate cookies with the vanilla frosting type cookies. And we utilized 4 different brands and evaluated these 4 different brands. Does everybody remember that? Okay. So let's do a quick review and discuss what we did. The first thing, each of you tasted a cookie from brand 1, brand 2, brand 3, and brand 4, ranking the best tasting cookie with 4 points, the least tasting cookie with 1 point. So after we did that, we let you know who the brands were, didn't we? For example, we looked at the packaging of brand number 1. We looked at the packaging of brand number 2. We looked at the packaging of brand number 3 and realized the packaging looked pretty much the same as 2. And we looked at the packaging of number 4. So basically, we also exposed who the brands were. Interesting thing about this was, here we have these 2 packages that look very similar, and yet you voted for package 2 much higher than package 3. In fact, you voted second this package. And I mentioned, well, I think the reason why you picked packaging of number 2 the best is because you knew it was the Nabisco Oreo package. And you all said to me, no, Mr. Briggs, that's not why we picked it. We picked the packaging because they all 3 had the same freshness package seal on the side, but the package of Oreos had a splash of milk, which reminded us that we like eating Oreo cookies with milk. I really like that answer. So that was your reasoning for picking the packaging of number 2 the best. Then you went with package 1, package 3, and you didn't like the packaging of number 4, which kind of surprised me. I thought some of you might really like the fact that it's in a box, it's unique, and maybe even packaged better for more freshness, but you said it reminded you too much of Girl Scout cookies. Okay, that works for me. So then, we looked at the price. For example, Craven brand was $2.59, which was 18 cents an ounce. Nabisco was $3.59 for the same amount of cookies, which is 25 cents an ounce. Kroger, $2.39, which was 17 cents an ounce, which is the least cost per cookie. And Simple Truth was $2.79, which is 23 cents per ounce. So, understanding the price of the cookie, you still went with Oreos. Felt that they were the best price for or best value, in other words, because of the taste, because of the cookie itself. You liked it, and you felt it was more important to pay a little more to get the best taste than it was to, for example, get the best price. Some of you, I thought, might really lean towards the healthy cookie and say, well, it was worth it to pay a little extra money knowing we're getting a healthy cookie, gluten-free, and all the other great things and aspects of Simple Truth. And we were wrong, weren't we? Nobody really enjoyed that cookie at all. And then, of course, we have Craven. And finally, overall brand appeal, your loyalty to the brand, and again, Nabisco won out on that one. correct? So, what we're going to do now is discuss what you guys are going to do based upon this market research that I demonstrated to you. Now, the very first step, as you can read in your instructions that I've given to you, is you're going to be breaking up into partners. So there'll be teams of 2, and when you evaluate who you want as your partner, remember, you want someone that's going to work well with you, that's going to do their fair share of the work, that you can count on will be out there at the booth doing their part there as well, and being able to be outgoing. You may want your friend, but you've got to remember, if your friend is someone that you know for a fact is not going to do their part, you may want to reconsider, okay? So we will break up in partners, and you will get to choose. And then, of course, if you don't find a partner, then I'll find a partner for you, okay? Once you have partners, I will then pass around a number. You guys will get to pick which product that you're going to market research. The first member gets to pick the first one, and so on and so forth, until we have a product for each and every one of you. Now, once you've done that, you as a partnership will then decide which way you want to represent yourselves. You can represent yourself as a retailer. A retailer of a mini mart that you only have enough space to put one brand of each type of product. So the barbecue chips, or the cookies, or whatever it may be, you only have room for that one space. You can't put multiple brands. So you need to pick the brand that's going to be absolutely the best deal for you to rotate your stock quickly and keep it fresh and keep it marketable and keep it profitable, okay? Or you may choose to be a wholesaler, which means you're a rep for a particular brand, and your job is to decide whether you need to make any changes in your product. Do you need to change the taste? Do you need to change the packaging? Obviously, you're not going to change your brand name, but you may turn around and change things about the product itself that will help you to sell the product. And again, rotate product and sell more product, okay? So once you've made that choice, then you're going to set up a booth. I'm going to have you guys be able to go 2 days before school, 2 days after school, and 2 lunch periods. And during that time, you'll pick a place anywhere in the school that is common area, set your booth up, similar to how I set it up. You can do it a little different, however designing or layout or placing it you want to do, you can. It's up to you. But just understand, you want it to be easy for you to be able to do the survey, to keep the attention of the students, get them to come there, not get trapped into a little tiny area and not have everybody bumping into each other. You got to take all those kind of things in consideration. But you will set up a booth, and you will turn around and do a survey. And in that survey, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to do a taste test. You're going to ask them about the packaging. Do they like the packaging? You're going to ask them about the cost. You know, do they feel that cost is as important to them, or would they rather pay a little more and get the one that they like the very best, or do they feel that their products are so similar that it would be best just to get the least expensive one? These are all the kind of questions you're going to be asking. And of course, you're going to want to find out if brand is that important to them. Is it that important that they get Kellogg's instead of Post, McDonald's instead of Jack in the Box, Levi's instead of some other type of jean? All these types of things, you know, you're going to find out what's important to them. If brand is important to them, or if paying the least and still getting the closest to the same is more important. So that's what the combination of it is. You know, you're going to say, okay, is taste the single most important to you, or the name brand, or the cost, or the packaging? That's what you're trying to find out from the people, and which one is most important to them, or which one doesn't really matter that much, okay? Now, your survey can have the same kind of questions I had, which these questions here, giving 4 for the best, 1 for the lowest, okay? type of questions that I just went through. Your survey can have those kind of questions. It can have maybe a few different types of questions. This was just a sampling of what a survey can be. Be creative, okay? But look for the single most important aspects of this market research, which again is the taste, right? The packaging, the product itself, you know, the name brand, the name product, and the value, the price, okay? Now, while you're doing this survey, this is what's gonna happen. You're talking to the guys, they're like, man, this is kind of cool what you're doing. What's this for again? It's for my business class. I'm part of DECA. What's DECA? DECA is all about business. You know, it's about future business. And in fact, we do all kinds of things with DECA. You know, we go to conventions, we have cool meetings like this, we do activities like this, we have social events. You know, you get a chance to talk about DECA, and here's the key. You want to promote DECA. You want your friends to be involved in DECA. You want people to know what DECA is instead of that, what? I've never even heard of them type of mentality. You want that at your school, okay? And so, I want you to want your friends to be in DECA so much that the team that is able to recruit the most accepted applicants for DECA during this activity, we're going to each individual on the team will get a $100 Amazon gift card. Not bad, yeah? Don't already start spending your Amazon gift card. Get the work done first, okay? All right. So, point blank, that's what we want to do is promote DECA, tell them about DECA, get them to be interested enough that they apply to be a DECA member, and if they get accepted, and we have whoever gets the most accepted applications, you get the gift card, okay? All right, your objective for this activity is to be able to do two things. First of all, you want to be able to create a spreadsheet that analyzes your data, okay? For example, here's a breakdown of the data, what the scores, based on the scores, what the total points were for each area. You got a graph that describes the points they got, and then the overall total points. As you can see, Nabisco's cookie far exceeded the others, okay? So that's the next step, is when once you've got all your data, is putting it all together and putting it into a spreadsheet and graphs like that. And then, after you do that, you're going to make a report, and that report is going to say, okay, based on the information and based on everything I see, this is the decision that we would make. This is what we feel is best, and here's why, okay? Now, you are going to, this assignment is worth a total of 100 points, okay? 15 points for following the strategy, or in other words, following the instructions, okay? Doing the things in such a way as what we've recommended in the instructions. Your booth display needs to be such that you're able to prove that you understand what the 4 P's are in marketing, which of course is the product, the price, the actual placement of your booth is very important, and then of course promoting not just answers for the survey, but also promoting DECA in the process. Okay? Then you're going to get 20 points for your actual promotion of DECA, which is easy. If I got a bunch of filled out applications for DECA, means you promoted it, thumbs up, and you'll get your 20 points. I don't get any application, means you didn't try that hard, you didn't believe in it enough, or your placement of your booth was such that you didn't get a chance to talk to very many people, which meant you weren't able to promote it. So very important that, again, the placement, so you get a chance to talk to people about DECA. Then the analysis, which is the Excel spreadsheet with the graphs, okay? And finally, your action report. What you determined based on this market research that you did. What was your analysis of everything based on the data that you got? That is how you're going to get your points. So, with that in mind, do we have any questions? Excellent. Then let's get started.